Check this out. This is insane.
I hadn't tapped it, I hadn't inserted it, I hadn't swiped it, and then all of a sudden, out comes the receipt. And I said, how did this get paid for?
The cashier couldn't explain it.
She stood there literally just sort of blank. I really thought that the guy ahead of me, that he had been charged. I said, somebody paid for this on a credit card somewhere.
Turns out the tap-to-pay card reader at Safeway had ignored the debit card in Edgar's hand. Instead, it reached into Edgar's back pocket,
Oh, that's
threw
crazy.
his wallet, and charged his Bank of America credit card tucked inside.
That's
a
insane.
pretty big reach. I mean, around me or through me to my wallet. Why didn't it grab the card that was near it? How did it decide what to grab?
I was shocked. I was like, well, it can't be.
Sonia Cesare says it happened at a doctor's office.
I went to pay, and they said, you're already paid. And I said, I haven't inserted my card. I haven't even taken it out of my wallet.
Turns out the card reader there had sent radio waves into her purse and charged her credit card without her knowing it. And that wasn't all. Sonia got an even bigger surprise at a little shop.
The woman said, oh my, it's just read 3 cards.
The store's tap-to-pay system charged not only 1, but 3 credit cards tucked in a wallet inside her purse.
I'd say I was 2 feet away at that point, for sure.
That's
All
wild.
charges were reversed.
Shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name for the Heavenly Father, Yahushai being named for His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. I give double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, that taught us truth and will well, and salutations to you, hopeful like listeners, truth and honesty and sincerity. This is Brother what's up? Canolas and Spirit Power, Yahweh Yahushai. You know the update, end times, and events. You see the video that came out on how these people's cards, multiple cards, were just picked up and read, without even being tapped onto the reader or being inserted at all. And this just goes into the system that has been set up and created for the MOTB, the Revelation 13 and 16, the great charagma, the rice grain we call it, the RFID, thing that goes in people's hands and heads that they have, all these different registers have been programmed for that, so some of them obviously have a little bit more technology and power and strength to them than other readers. But this goes to show, hey, look, most of the systems registers that are already out there are already programmed for that technology. Everything's going to go to a digital system, and you won't even have access to the store and be allowed in there without, that Revelation 13 and 16 inside your hand and your forehead. If you don't have that, that's it, man. You got great charagma. So got a few scriptures that go into it, but first I want to bring some images of the technology that I'm referring to. Everything is going to go to. You're not going to need a card anymore. It's something called conditional programming. And that's what the government and these systems have got the people, basically warmed up to accept this tech that's coming out. And they're going to say, hey, look, this is more secure. It's more secure than a card. If you go take this technology in your hand and your head, then you don't have to worry about these type of accidental charges happening. Because this is more advanced. There's going to be all sorts of excuses they're going to come out with to convince people and force people to try to take the rice grain, man. Okay? So here's the tech that I'm referring to, as I'm speaking about. All right, there's all sorts of algorithms, stuff like out there, so we have to describe this in a certain way. So we like to refer to it and with what is translated in the Greek in the book of Revelation 13 and 16, which will get out. All right, it goes in your hand. Okay, and there's another one that's been recently created. This one was invented by Elon Musk, but other companies have invented something similar. It's the one that goes in your head, and this was prophesied to happen over 2,000 years ago, it was written down that this technology would happen. You know, the prophet saw the vision of the future, and he saw this tech. He saw the one that goes in your head and your forehead, and he also saw the one that goes in your hand. So it's pretty crazy, but yeah, man, this is the one that goes in the hand. You know, this is going to be responsible for making most of your purchases and entering and access and your boarding passes and things like that to get on different venues, plane tickets, bus tickets, travel. You know, the one that goes in the hand is going to be the one that's going to store all your identification. And that includes your medical identification, man. Slovakia. Okay? Society, business, technology. This is the stuff that is going to be stored on it. But you see these little icons here. And access to your homes, your cell phone, you know, like I said, your medical information, your credit card information, your banking information, Wi-Fi connection, and your personal identification when it comes to your Social Security, your birth certificates, all that stuff is going to be accessible through this device. So this one goes in the hand. It can be in either hand, left hand or the right hand. And the other one's going to go in the head. The one that goes in the head, okay, the one that goes in the head, let me see here, go back up and grab it here. Let's see, Neuralink is here. This one is going to be used to control your digital technology and web-based interface. You're going to be able to download the internet instantly into your mind. You're going to be able to instantly learn a new language, mind-to-mind communication. Okay, you'll be going into places like digital technology such as the metaverse. You know, communicating with people, sharing thoughts, controlling drones, controlling military equipment with your thoughts, even making purchases as well too. That's how vast this one's connected directly to the brain. So this is what they want to do. So they're conditionally programming you with your credit cards. They've been doing this for decades now, since they had these credit cards invented and debit cards, as they try to work their way up to something that, you know, you're going to have to swipe your hand, you know, wirelessly making purchases and things like that. So that's what's being created. Okay. So let's get the scriptures out and go into this. This is the book of Revelation 13. I'll start at verse 16. It says, "And he causeth all, small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads." Now that word there, translated, this part of scriptures was actually written in Greek. It was translated from the Greek language. And the word for M-A-R-K is actually charagma. Okay? Which, if you look up the word charagma, what that means, I guess it goes into branding. And you break it down further, you'll lead it to a stake, a rampart, or incision underneath the skin. Okay? Because the word charagma goes into chi-psi stigma, which is 666 as well, which that goes into literally a sharp-pointed device that's used to insert something under the skin. And that's a hypodermic needle. That's what that's talking about. So this part here is, unless you have this charagma, this Revelation 13 and 16, the device that's talked about, you will not be able to buy or sell anything at all. Okay? So this goes into the capabilities of it. So it tells you where they get it, in the right hand or in the foreheads, and what it can do. Okay? So we're going to read on further. Revelation 14. In verse 9 it says, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his charagma in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture, into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. So, in your hand or your head, wherever you get it, you're going to get judgment. And smoke of the torment is set it up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the charagma of his name. So, if you get it, man, you're going to be judged from the Lord, Heavenly Father and His Son Himself. You'll be burned with fire. That represents thermonuclear destruction. Okay? And the Lord can make you feel that pain for an extremely long period of time. So, don't take it. Don't take it, man. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 2:11. It said, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Don't be ignorant of, the devices and the inventions of the wicked. It's good to have a RFID blocker, in your purse or your wallet when dealing with your cards, man, because they going for it. And watch out for stores like Amazon Go and shit like that. Be careful what you sign up for. These completely cashless, robotic grocery stores they got coming out. You don't even have nobody working in there. They got high-tech camera systems that detect what items you pick up off the shelf when you put it in your cart, and once you get close enough to the checkout register, if you already have the Amazon app downloaded with your card information on there, you don't pull out anything. You just simply put in your cart, bag it, and go, and it automatically charges your account. You see? So they're programming people to get this stuff, man. Psalms 83:3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They've been planning this stuff for years, decades, man. This is decades in the making. They ultimately want to convince everybody to take this shit. They've been planning it for a long time. This is their version of playing, quote unquote, God. They like to play God, as people like to say. Try to be like the Most High, controlling everybody's thoughts. Being worshipped, bow down to. You want to be able to connect with the Heavenly Father, you get that crap in your brain. So don't take it, man. Don't take it at all. Proverbs 12:2. A good man obtaineth favor of Yahweh, but a man of wicked devices will he condemn. So Esau Edom has condemned himself for all these wicked inventions that he's got out. You think this stuff's going to go unjudged? No. He's going to be judged heavily. So when the Lord returns, there's going to be a great burning. So with that, Lord's will is us to edify him, close out, give all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, double honors to our apostles and the elders, great millstone, and touch truth and will well. Citation to Hope, light, truth, and honesty, sincerity. Shalom.